We at Camp Nathaniel invite you to experience along with us
a joy that doesn't fluctuate with the changes in our lives.
A joy that doesn't depend on our mood.
A joy that stays with us through the tragic or mundane.
A joy that we find in the face of God.
Psalm 16:11 says, "You make known to me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore."
A lot of times I think we worry that joy needs to come from us. We choose joy, or we fabricate it in our own hearts. But the Bible gives us a truth that's so much better than that. It tells us that we find joy in the face of God. In His presence is fullness of joy. That's really good news. That's enough to cause joy for me, that I don't have to make it up.
More often than I want to admit, my joy is rooted in feeling secure, comfortable, successful, or well-liked. But if my joy is rooted in these things, then my joy will falter and fade when trials come. However, if I live in the reality that I am a daughter of Christ, then I can have joy in both life or death, knowing that nothing or no one could take Christ from me.
Did you know that one of the most repeated commands in Scripture is to rejoice, to give thanks, to have joy in all circumstances? I learned this lesson around 16 years ago when I needed to have joy in all circumstances. My husband and I, we were expecting our second daughter, and we were so excited. We were full of joy at the thought of bringing another baby into our home. But very quickly, our joy and our excitement turned to fear and sadness when we were told that we needed to say goodbye, that her health was failing and that she was going to be transported to UK and she may not make it. Nehemiah 8:10 became what I clung to during those 8 difficult days of not knowing whether or not we would in fact be able to bring our baby girl home. Here we are 16 years later, experiencing those same highs and lows with that little girl. She is full of joy and excitement as she is about to get her driver's license. Now, I too may be clinging to this verse once again about how the joy of the Lord will be my strength as I teach her to drive, but we are so grateful for the life that the Lord has given us in her. As I think back on that time, I am thankful for the lesson I learned, that through all things, I can know that Nehemiah 8:10, the joy of the Lord is my strength.
On Saturday, December the 4th, you're invited here to Camp Nathaniel to enjoy a time of fellowship and learning about joy from God's perspective. This free event will start at 10 o'clock, and you can register online at www.campnathaniel.org.
And we can't wait to see you here.